Out of Brighton, Colorado, number 15, Andi Jackson. And rally number 15, Andi Jackson. Point, Husker. Serve for your Huskers, number 13, Merritt Beeson. Killed by number 15, Andi Jackson. Andi Jackson. At the line serving for your Huskers, number 13, Merritt Beeson. Set, point, Husker! Takes it to 25-14.
Number 2 coming up. Wildcats would have to rip off 5 straight points to force extras. Morris will serve it up. Jackson on the slide, ends it. Nebraska comes to Manhattan, and in the renewing of the rivalry, wins in straight sets.
The freshman middle didn't start off the year in the starting lineup. She put a number now, 7 kills, 11 swings, 636 for Andi.
She plays at such a high level. She's elevating and hitting the ball right out of the setter's hands at such a quick tempo that it's really hard for the block to stay with her. And that one, the Long Beach block actually committed. They jumped before she did, and they still were not able to block it because she's hitting it so quickly.
Point Nebraska, a 3-0 run for Stanford. Andi Jackson in for the first time since 2008. Nebraska beats Stanford.
Arms are coming across the net, so not tight but wide, taking up nice area of the net.
A good job there by Alonso Corsalis to recognize where that was, and the block on the right side. Bergen Riley along with Andi Jackson.
Bergen Riley coming down and cheering on her team. It feels great as a setter when you stuff that left side attacker. Take a look at her hands up and over, hip to hip. Little spin move there by Andi Jackson to celebrate.
Not the recipe for success.
Rodriguez looking to repeat the feat. But the Spartans able to dig this one out, but O'Gorman can't get it through. Beeson and Andi Jackson combining to shut that one down and even up the score in the second set.
Several international players. 2 from Turkey.
Yeah.
I think a couple from Poland, New Zealand. It's fun for announcers to try to figure out their names.
Yeah, it's a blast. Yeah. Jackson with the kill, and Nebraska is 2 away here in set number 1. Goes right off the fingertips of Okor.
She's hitting so high that if the block isn't committing to her, she's able to hit over them because they're still coming up, trying to catch up to the ball.
Tough serve. Krause again off the top of the block. And Lindsey Krause now with 4 kills to lead Nebraska on 6 swings. No errors. She's hitting .667. Nebraska as a team here in the first, hitting .370. This is set point. Overpass put down by Jackson.
Another tough serve. I love to see the Huskers coming out. I think they're more comfortable serving in Devaney. So it's good. They've had a long stretch on the road. It's good to see them back home, come out, serve tough, get the other team off guard a little bit and off balance.
Pretty impressive performance here through 2 for Nebraska. The Huskers hitting .404 in the match. Andi Jackson with the angle. Our R2 down below to make a call that could have this crowd erupt. Decision coming from Joseph Gustafson.
On the slide, Jackson. No.
Her elevation, she gets on top, and her contact point are 2 key factors. Also, she's got a lot of space there. The blockers didn't get close. She has that opportunity.
First.
And Nebraska 4 points away from officially claiming an outright Big Ten championship for the first time in 7 years. Off the net and over. And Festi into the block. Jackson and Riley.
Andi Jackson's really quick with her feet in the middle, going for the slide this time, using her feet to catch up to the block. Team up with Riley.
The crowd knows it. Laney Choboy to serve. And for the first time since 2016, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are the outright Big Ten champions.
By Minnesota, and match point number 4 for Nebraska. And the block making a statement for the Huskers. They pull it out on the road and they finish 28-1. Stressful down the stretch, exactly the kind of competitive match both these teams were looking for as they head into the NCAA tournament. And another look at that final play. Nebraska's block was impenetrable in set 4 especially. And this time it is Andi Jackson, the freshman, stepping up huge alongside Bergen Riley as well. We know this is a youth-led team, but look at the moment that they stepped up in to secure this victory.
And Nebraska does have both of their challenges remaining. Georgia Tech has 1 remaining. Unless we go to a 5th set, each team gets an additional challenge. Here's Bella D'Amico, one of the 2 setters that Georgia Tech uses in this 6-2 offense. Andi Jackson looking great on the slide.
What a great run by Bergen Riley. She gets Andi Jackson isolated in a one-on-one situation. She's got the whole net to work with going off 1 foot. She cuts it back cross court, places it right in front of Otene.
Of service pressure on Georgia Tech. They've scored 25 points off their serve.
Nebraska 4 points away from taking set 2.
In flies Andi Jackson on 1 foot. She's done such a nice job going behind Bergen Riley this afternoon. They isolate her on the slide here. She beats Mogridge in the middle there, cuts it back. Deep cross-court shot, so hard to defend.
True freshman Andi Jackson, we mentioned it. All 5 Nebraska's freshmen enrolled early.
Coming back over. Great touch by Hogue. Poked ahead.
The Nebraska block seals it. They trailed most of the first set, overcoming a 6-point deficit to win set 1.
Incredible.
3rd match point, Nebraska.
Service error. A sea of red is headed to Tampa. Nebraska back to the semifinals.
The 17th time that the Nebraska Cornhuskers will play in the national semifinals.